bird watching is an easy hobby to get into that doesn't require a vast knowledge of birds. TV6's Houghton Hancock Bureau reporter Sarah Blakely took a trip up Brockway Mountain to meet a man who took his love of bird watching and turned it into a full-time job.
Calvin Brennan has been standing on top of Brockway Mountain since March 15th, counting all the birds migrating through Copper Harbor. Brennan says bird watching is in his blood.
I've been looking at birds since I was a little squirt. My parents are sort of into it, and that's it was sort of a natural thing for me to get into, I guess.
The 10-year vet keeps binoculars pressed against his eyes for 3 months, helping the Copper Country Audubon record a more accurate count of the migrations. Normally, he uses a clicker to count the birds, but this year, the extended winter has kept numbers lower on some days.
It gets harder when there's variable conditions where birds aren't, it's not really clear what they're doing, so it's harder sort of on those days, but most days they're sort of following a flight line.
Brennan says he typically counts around 20,000 birds during a Copper Harbor migration. So far, he's counted about 17,000, including broadwing hawks, turkey vultures, bald eagles, and various falcons. For those of us with an untrained eye, like myself, from far away the birds pretty much all look the same. But Brennan says the key to deciphering between the species of birds is to look at their flight pattern.
You start recognizing birds up close, and then it's sort of further and further away till eventually, but it just takes years of practice to do that.
And Brennan says bird watching is an easy and enjoyable hobby for anyone.
You can sort of just pick it up, as a novice, or you can be as involved as you want to be. But I mean, getting a good pair of binoculars and get yourself a good reference book, a good guidebook too.
Sarah Blakely, TV6 News, Copper Harbor.